Welcome, everyone, to today's live show. In today's episode, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as well as breaking news. Michael Saylor says we're making $500 million per day. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin counts down to 100,000 as, again, we're right on the cusp of breaking out that six-figure milestone. Could be any moment now. Could be during today's podcast. Let's send it and let's get it. We'll also be discussing MicroStrategy completes their $3 billion raise to buy more Bitcoin as MicroStrategy falls 25%, as well as Allianz, Germany's biggest insurer, buys 24% of MicroStrategy's $2.6 billion notes. We'll also be discussing Texas taking baby steps towards strategic Bitcoin reserve, according to the Satoshi Action Fund. We'll also be discussing Trump's Crypto Advisory Council to set up promised strategic Bitcoin reserve. I'll be breaking down this report by Dennis Porter, which can send Bitcoin to seven figures per BTC. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Today is pod episode 1826. I'm your host, JV. It's November 22nd, 2024. Yesterday, during our pump watch, we hit the all-time high, 99,600. Ballpark. So again, $400 away from the coveted 100K milestone. We may usher that baby in here during today's pod. But anyways, fam, without further ado, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. As you can see on your screen, Bitcoin still in the green, hovering at around 98,500, up roughly 2% on the day. XRP was the big gainer, had a big breakout yesterday, still up 30% on the day, trading above $1.44. XLM, Stellar Lumens, a fork of XRP, always pumps when XRP pumps, also up 25%. And Cardano looks like it's about to touch $1 soon. It's trading just shy of 94 cents, up 20% on the day. Ether's holding its own above 3,300, and as you can see, the bulk of the entire crypto market pumping and in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the total crypto market cap sits at an all-time high of $3.26 trillion. We got roughly 234 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance currently at 59.4%, with the Ether dominance at 12.2%. And check that out, the highest Bitcoin market cap we have ever seen, on the cusp of hitting $2 trillion. Right now it's 1.95 trillion for the Bitcoin market cap. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers of the past 24 hours, XRP leading the pack, up 65% for the week, 30% on the day. FTT, the native token of the FTX exchange, is up 24% on the daily, and Stellar up 23.5%. Let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull, and I'll read your comments out loud here shortly. And check out the crypto greed and we'll first look at the crypto bubbles, then the crypto greed and fear index. As you can see, the bulk of the market pumping and in the green. Zooming out on the monthly, virtually everything crushing it. So we've had a hell of a crypto bull run thus far here in Q4. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Wow. Yeah, go figure. Today we're at 94 extreme greed. The higher this number goes, the more likely of a pullback. Yesterday was an 82, last week an 80, and last month a 71 in greed. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 174,493 blocks till halving 2028. We're currently on block 871,507, and you can still get 1,022 Satoshis per dollar. Before you know it, it'll be less than 1,000 sats per dollar. So stack them sats accordingly. Let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And we'll also be pulling up some of the live charts and checking out some of the headlines and what's cracking right now. Bitcoin prints a record 40% monthly candle as the price crossed $99,000. I got 99 problems. Bitcoin ain't one. Hit me. The Bitcoin price rose over 40.8% during Moonvember, recording a new all-time high for the biggest monthly candle as Bitcoin breached $99,000. In fact, it was just above roughly 99.6, the current all-time high, as you can see here on the daily chart. Now, Bitcoin's monthly all-time high comes over 2 weeks after Trump won the 2024 U.S. presidential election. It seems we've been pumping price discovery practically every day since, inspiring a new wave of investor appetite for risk-on assets, such as the BTC. Increasingly more analysts expect Bitcoin to breach the 100,000 milestone. November 22nd, stable flows to crypto exchanges reached a new record monthly high of almost 10 billion, flashing another optimistic signal for the Bitcoin price trajectory leading up to 2025, right around the corner. Are there more gains in store for Moonvember? I think so. Let me know your thoughts. November is historically the most bullish month for Bitcoin price action, with Bitcoin averaging over 46% returns, according to CoinGlass data as outlined here. Investor optimism also shows promising signs of the short term. Investor sentiment rose to 88, or extreme greed, November 22nd, up from last week's 85. And as I just shared with you earlier, we're now at 94 in extreme greed, which is a good sign that a correction is overdue, but nonetheless, we're right on the cusp of the coveted 100K. Now, the last time the index had a score of 80 was all the way back on April 9th, before Bitcoin saw an 18% correction over the following 3 weeks from above 69 to a bottom of 56. And congratulations, fam, Bitcoin's up over $30,000 in the past 30 days. Not too shabby. Now, the more upside to 100,000, as Bitcoin is the ultimate hedge against inflation. Well, it is. The industry is awaiting Bitcoin's run to 100,000. We all know the six-figure milestone is only a matter of time, considering Bitcoin's utility as a hedge against inflation. Quoting the chief operating officer of Redstone here, buying Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation makes fundamental sense, since Bitcoin as an asset has 0% inflation, thanks to stiff supply. There is still potential for generating wealth by late adopters, especially comparing the asset to gold that has hundreds of years of value, storage history, whereas Bitcoin as digital gold is only 15 years, 16 years to be a little more accurate, but nonetheless. Yes, some of the most notable crypto founders have previously voiced their worries about the growing greediness and amount of leverage in the markets. Quoting Chris Marsalik, co-founder of Crypto.com, warned that the crypto market needs deleveraging before Bitcoin can breach 100K. And breaking news, Michael Saylor was making the rounds on CNBC, flexing. And he says, we're making $500 million a day here at MicroStrategy as they continue to crush. And let's pull up some of the live charts, family, live right now via TradingView, via Coinbase. You can see live and in the flesh. This is the 1 minute chart. Let's zoom out a little bit, check out the 1 hour and work our way back so you can get some perspective of the market. Again, live chart action, Jackson. Here's a rising wedge formation on the 1 hour. We do have the blue target, which will take us to 105,000, 105,297 to be exact. So 105,000 in play here on the 1 hour chart. And zooming out from there, we'll take a quick look at a 4 hour. The 4 hour chart, also very bullish right now. You can see just been ascending. There's a bullet pennant formation here in the green. You can see the target sitting at 108,145. 108,000, send it. I will hit the gong to that. 108K in play, family. And zooming out from the 4 hour, we take a look at the 1 day. Very bullish as well. 4 consecutive green daily closes. And again, since the pump of election night, we have been pumping nonstop in the markets, in the crypto sphere here. As you can see, very bullish momentum on the daily chart. Big green candles, Godzilla candle incoming. Let's go. And zooming out from there, we check out the 1 week. We still have the sexy cup and handle target. 3 consecutive weekly candle closes in the green. Very impressive, might I add. And the cup and handle is sitting at 124,000 in play here, Q4. We still have all of December, and we still have the rest of Moonvember to get us there. Let me know if you feel we'll hit that target of 124,000 before the end of the year. And zooming out a little further, we'll check out the 1 month. You can see big mega Godzilla candle forming for the month of November, already 40% gains, and the previous 2 months have been dwarfed by what we have seen here in Moonvember as Bitcoin continues its ascent to 100,000, currently at 98.6, looking to retest 99 G's. Like I said, I got 99 problems. Bitcoin ain't one. Hit me. Let's go. But anyways, let's continue with the news. Let's continue discussing 100K in play. The headline next reads, Bitcoin counts down to 100K Bitcoin price as shorts risks a violent breakout. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Bitcoin came within 1% of 100,000. In fact, it came within 0.4% of 100 G's already. So November 22nd, the bulls ain't playing no games round yonder. TradingView confirmed the latest news. Bitcoin breaking 99.5 over on Bitstamp. Again, roughly $400 away from the 100K milestone. After a brief dip below 96, Bitcoin rebounded into Asia trading session to set up what could be seen as a showdown with six figures. Bring down the showdown. Quick draw McGaw. Let's go. Still seeing limit bids moving higher with underlying spot buyers, positive market signal. A lot of the aggregate spot supply around 100K. Price currently is chewing away at the supply. Before this had preceded a pretty violent breakout. That's why we got the shades on to prevent the violence from the laser eyes. The chart showed ladders ass clustered in the upper 99,000 area on the Binance order book, as outlined right here. Scoot-eyed ass appeared above 100K as a suggestion that the market was pricing in a further parabolic upside. Let's go. Meanwhile, material indicators noted some of the traders were tempted to short Bitcoin at the current levels. Silly shorters, quoting them here, shorts are getting lured in. If you are taking the bait, be prepared to get squeezed. And quoting an analyst the other day that just resonated with me, you'd got to be mildly retarded to be selling at a time like this. The day prior, CoinGlass confirmed short liquidations reached just shy of 115 million. Binance avoids the FOMO volume spike. Observing the exchange activity, on-chain analytics crypto quant noted the curious trend. After spiking as the overall crypto market cap beat its old all-time highs earlier in the month, Binance aggregate traded volume has declined. Quoting them here, the recent surge in the spot trading on Binance occurred November 12th, coinciding with the crypto market cap nearing the previous all-time high, which was, last month there. However, trading volume has since decreased by half, while the total crypto market cap enters price discovery mode. New all-time high at play. This decline in spot trading activity may suggest the market has taken a breather, with investors exercising some caution. So there you go, yo. Next story of the day. MicroStrategy completes their $3 billion raise to buy more of the Bitcoin as MicroStrategy finally falls a little bit, 25% after breaking unheard of all-time highs. So let's break this one down. Shout out to the Giga Chad, Mikey Saylor. MicroStrategy completed a $3 billion offering of 0% convertible senior notes due in December of 2029. By that time, Bitcoin will most likely be $1 million. Go figure. With plans to use a portion of all the proceeds to buy more of the biddy. The business intelligence firm announced the completion as its shares retraced more than 25%. November 21st, Google Finance showed the convertible senior notes came at a 55% premium with an implied strike price of $672, a predetermined price at which an option hodler can buy or sell MicroStrategy Class A common stock. As Saylor announced here, MicroStrategy has completed a $3 billion offering of convertible notes at 0% coupon with a 55% premium with an implied strike price of roughly $672. The 0% senior convertible note means it will not pay regular interest to the bond hodlers. These convertibles are sold at a discount and will instead mature to face value if they are not converted prior to the maturity date. They're also senior to common stock in the sense that hodlers have priority in the event a bankruptcy or liquidation. MicroStrategy could buy about 30,600 Bitcoin if it were to spend the entire $3 billion on Bitcoin, which it probably will, for Christ's sake. The $3 billion offering follows MicroStrategy's November 18th announcement to raise $1.75 billion at 0% interest. All I got to say is, if you're going to borrow billions, you might as well do it at 0% interest. It only makes sense, which was then increased to $2.6 billion November 20th. The offerings are part of the MicroStrategy intent to raise $42 billion in the next 3 years to stack more of the Bitcoin under the 21-21 plan. Let that sink in. He made an announcement last week that they're going to raise $42 $2 billion within 3 years to stack more Bitcoin. Their ultimate goal is holding 5% of the circulating Bitcoin supply, which is just above 1 million Bitcoin. They're already a third of the way there. If I was a betting man, I'd say Michael Saylor achieves this goal within 12 months at the rate he's going. But what do I know? I'm just a podcaster. MicroStrategy currently holds 331,200 Bitcoin, worth over $32 billion, the most of any public company, and they were the first publicly traded company to put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, and that was back in 2020. So shout out to Saylor. Well done. MicroStrategy shares fell over 25% from its highest point of $536 to now $397. Let me know how many of you are holding MicroStrategy stock. The word on the street is it's going up forever, Laura. The fall came as Citron Research revealed it hedged a short position on MicroStrategy, suggesting the shares had become overheated. And ironically enough, Jim Cramer was just saying, Bitcoin is the buy of the century. You can't make this ish up. MicroStrategy is still one of the best performers in the U.S. markets in 2024, up 480% year to date. Obviously, it outpaced Bitcoin this year. It was the second most traded stock in the U.S. November 20th, as more investors weighed it up. The bull case and risks of the Bitcoin exposure through MicroStrategy. Saylor's firm contributed to a record-setting $70 billion trading volume yesterday, November 21st, from the Bitcoin industrial complex, consisting of the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs and Bitcoin-related stocks like MicroStrategy and Coinbase. Bitcoin on the cusp of retesting 99, again, 1% away from the coveted 100K milestone. So there you have it. And welcome everyone joining the live stream. But anyways, let's continue. We discuss MicroStrategy, doing its thing. Well, Aliens, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, it almost sounds like aliens. Germany's biggest insurer bought 24% of the MicroStrategy's $2.6 billion notes. Germany, it's ironic. Didn't the German government just dump mass amount of Bitcoin at 50 Gs? If they would have held, they would have had billions of more in dollars. However, they sold, and let that be a lesson to everyone dumping their biddies. Germany's largest insurance company, Aliens, I'm just going to call it Aliens. Why not? Reportedly purchased nearly a quarter of the MicroStrategy $2.6 billion convertible note offering, signaling the increased institutional interest in the biddy. Aliens, the second largest insurance provider in Europe, acquired roughly 25% of the MicroStrategy $2.6 billion note sale for institutional investors, which closed yesterday, November 21st. The insurance giant made the investment across 4 different sub-organizations, according to Bloomberg terminal data, shared by Petrushki in a November 22nd post, which stated the positions were filed in July and October. The shares are held by the following sub-organizations: Aliens, Global Investors Luxembourg, 14% Aliens, Global Invest of America LP, 6% Nicholas Applegate Cap Management, and 3.7% of the Aliens Global Investors. There you go. Now, a significant portion of Aliens investment could directly influence the Bitcoin price rally, as MicroStrategy plans to use the funds to acquire additional Bitcoin. We call it the Saylor put, and for general corporate purposes. I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't borrow billions of dollars in fiat for 0% interest and not have to pay it back until 2029? I mean, sign me up. It's going up forever, Laura. The news comes shortly after Bitcoin crossed 99,000, a new record high, after printing the biggest monthly candle ever of currently 40%, still going, with 8 days left before the end of November, bolstering analysts' expectations for a rally above 100 Gs. Now, you already know Saylor's MicroStrategy completes their $3 billion note sale amid the Bitcoin rally. As we pointed out, MicroStrategy initially planned an offer of just $1.75 billion. However, it always ups its offerings. However, the world's largest corporate Bitcoin holder decided to supersize that baby, to $2.6 billion just 2 days later. MicroStrategy completed the note offering officially yesterday, raising $3 billion worth of the capital, which means more incoming Bitcoin being bought, signaling the initial purchasers bought the maximum amount of the additional notes during the offering, according to Michael Saylor, the one and only founder of MicroStrategy. Quoting Ryan Lee, chief analyst of BitGet, if history repeats itself and Bitcoin price grows as projected, a 14.7% 8% from the current price level will push the Bitcoin well above 100,000 target for the month. The post-halving cycle trend is also very positive when projecting the future of the Bitty. So there you have it, yo. Let me know your insights before we dive into our next story of the day. Discuss Texas taking baby steps towards strategic Bitcoin reserve, and the Trump administration ultimately confirming they're going to be making a Bitcoin strategic reserve for the United States of America, sending Bitcoin to a 7-figure milestone. I understand, broskies, we haven't hit 6 figures yet, but I already smell 7 figures on the way. But anyways, let's continue with the news. Next story of the day. Texas is taking baby steps towards a strategic Bitcoin reserve, according to the Satoshi Action Fund, which is ran by Dennis Porter. And then we'll be discussing some bullishness with the U.S. Trump's Crypto Advisory Council setting up the promised strategic Bitcoin reserve as the hash war continues, as the race to stack thy Bitty. Not just in the United States, but now all around the world. So let's break this one down. Strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation is reportedly the subject of preliminary discussions among Texan lawmakers, according to the nonprofit advocacy group, the Satoshi Action Fund. November 21st talk of the North American Blockchain Summit in Texas, covered by Cointelegraph CEO and Satoshi Action Fund Dennis Porter, said the group spoken with lawmakers who just started conversations to introduce strategic Bitcoin legislation in Texas. The implications of the state of Texas moving forward with strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation cannot be understated, according to Porter, who said the impact of having a strategic Bitcoin reserve in Texas would be significant, as the state has the world's 8th largest economy with a GDP of $2.4 trillion as of 2022, according to the Texas comptroller. Quoting Dennis Porter here on X, breaking, I have officially been asked to speak in Texas and will present on strategic Bitcoin reserves. Lawmakers from across the USA and the world will be in attendance. So there you go. There has already been some movement on this concept. On the larger stage, we have U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, who introduced a bill in July to establish a United States Bitcoin strategic reserve, which, if approved, would create a Bitcoin fund to hedge against the national debt. And it looks like we got that approval, family. 7 figures in play, according to Bitcoin OG Adam Back. That's all it'll take. And also, we got the Pennsylvania lawmakers also recently introduced legislation in the State House of Representatives to permit its treasury to hold up to 10% in Bitcoin on the balance sheet as a tool to protect against inflation. That's right, hyper-Bitcoinization incoming. Porter says that beyond just protection against inflation, strategic Bitcoin reserves at the national and state levels would help secure Bitcoin mining in the U.S. And what did Trump say in Nashville when he gave the speech? If he is elected president, which he's already been elected, he says he will make the United States of America a Bitcoin mining hub of the world. Let that one sink in. Quoting them here, Bitcoin mining runs on razor-thin margins, and all that would take is a couple of outside actors, Russia, China, saying, hey, you know what's up. Let's just suppress the price of Bitcoin long enough, and we'll just kill off the American Bitcoin mining in this country. Well, it's not going to happen any longer, family. So, great way for us to protect ourselves from outside influence, undue influence from our foreign adversaries, is to be in the market buying and selling the Bitcoin, acting as a shock absorber for the incredible Bitcoin miners that were here in this country. Well said. And according to Porter, a Bitcoin reserve is comparable to other historical decisions that have helped shape the modern United States, such as the Louisiana Purchase and acquiring Florida and Alaska. Smart moves there. And during his campaign, President-elect Trump made many crypto-related promises, including establishing a strategic Bitcoin stockpiling the Bitty. And since then, the idea has spread. Porter said there has been incredible momentum built for this issue, and there is a race, we call it the hash war, on to see who can pass strategic reserve legislation first, a stance he also took to X before the event. As shared right here, breaking, I'm now in a race to pass strategic Bitcoin reserve legislation into law before Trump can sign the strategic Bitcoin reserve executive order. To be honest, I'll probably pass this law in multiple states before Trump has time to make it a reality. The states will lead. As we know, Trump hits office on January 20th, and Max Keiser, the high priest of Bitcoin himself, said, I would be shocked if Bitcoin doesn't hit 220,000 per coin by the time Trump takes office on January 20th. We may have the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act already passed at a national level, or will it first occur at the state level, as Dennis is hinting at? Let me know your thoughts. He also says we are also very excited to have that race, a race where no matter who wins, all of us win. Amen. And on the international stage, Polish presidential candidate just recently vowed to create a Bitcoin reserve as well. Let's go. In a November 17th statement, if he wins the election. And I think more politicians are going to be embracing the Bitcoin, leading in Trump's footsteps, ultimately. I mean, making America a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the biddy, stockpiling the Bitcoin, freeing Ross Ulbricht on day one, and firing Gary Gensler. It doesn't get no more bullish than that. The markets can thrive once again without Gensler at the helm of the SEC. Come on, 100K. We're getting so damn close, it's not even funny. Here we go again, retesting 99,000, 1% away from 100K. Send it.